We cannot have caucus ya wabunge wa Western tukiwa wanaongozwa na a condemned person. John Waluka alifungwa 67 years. He's a condemned person. He cannot lead the caucus for the Luya MPs. Yes. Yes. We want to condemn. Yes. We want to condemn Barasa. Tidmas Barasa aliua kichana neighbor wangu na punduki saa 6:45 minutes. Yani ile impunity ambayo iko katika hii serikali lazima tukomesha. Yes. Lazima tulete nidhamu, watu wachipike, ukabila wa kuchakua watu wengine tu ati ni kabila moja, shareholders, lazima tuimalize Kenya hii.
But another thing that the president has been doing, it is the export of labor. And I've also heard people criticizing this program, saying that we want to make it at home. We can make it at home and we don't have to export labor to other countries, Mr. Speaker. I want to say that there are families in this country who are poverty-ridden, and all they survive on is sending a member of their family outside the country, Mr. Speaker. One of the leading countries, the Philippines, one of their biggest economy contribution that contributes to 12% of the GDP is a labor export, Mr. Speaker. And those efforts have been done by that country deliberately. And that is what the president has been trying to achieve.
I think these kind of leaders are the ones who don't understand anything that is going on in the government, don't know anything. It's the export of labor. NYAMU, I think you don't understand the meaning of working within our capacity. We cannot, or you cannot, compare our economy from other people's economy. We are not growing because others are growing. We are growing because we have a dream as a nation and objectives to accomplish. You understand? We are planning to have labor employed in their own countries, but you're talking about people's labor exported. What are you talking about? What are you These are the kind of leaders we need to swipe away from our leadership panel, because they don't understand at all what is going on in the government. You see, these are the people who are being used to mislead other people. We need noble leaders. Look at what she's talking about. It's not criticism. We are talking about what is there. Like, people need to be employed in their own countries. So she thinks that we're criticizing what the president intends to do by exporting labor. What are you talking about, NYAMU? NYAMU,
I want to challenge the youth. Now that we have affordable fertilizer, we have vast land, available land, agricultural land in the country, I want to challenge them to get involved in agribusiness. That there is huge potential in agribusiness, and you can become self-employed, and you can be part of the nation building in that way. Here in Nairobi, our young people are usually used during the political process. We rely on them heavily for campaigns. They are a tool for creating hype for us candidates. But when you get into office, for example, your hands are tied because you want to help them, but the available opportunities are not that many. Because, Mr. Speaker, even if the youth came to the streets, they were coming to the streets because of a lot of other reasons. Lack of employment for them and their mothers, and a myriad of reasons that took them to the streets. Because, truth be told, the finance bill had very little to do with it. And the misinformation that was also in the streets, in the youth that took to the streets, was noticeable, Mr. Speaker. Because I saw ladies carrying placards protesting the increase of taxes on sanitary products and or diapers, Mr. Speaker, which is not the truth. Who in their right senses can dare tax sanitary towels and diapers in Kenya, Mr. Speaker? The thing that the government wanted to achieve by introducing an eco-levy on imported sanitary towels and diapers from China, the substandard ones, the bad quality ones. And so she asked me, which local sanitary towels do you use, Karen? And I responded to her, I use tampons. Because, Mr. Speaker, I use tampons. And that was taken as arrogance, as how dare you see? But this is stemming from misinformation, Mr. Speaker. And I have earned myself a new name in this country as Shori for tampons, Mr. Speaker. You'll come across it on social media. They are calling me Demo tampons, Shori wa tampons. They even told on me to the president when he was holding the X-Space, he was engaging the young people. They told him that some of the leaders under you are very arrogant. Senator Karen NYAMU is very, very arrogant, based on my statement saying that I use tampons. And Mr. Speaker, this is the first time, because of this finance bill supporting the government position, this is the first time in my life that I am being called arrogant, Mr. Speaker. Those who know me, those who have had the chance to interact with me, will speak of my humility, will speak of my person, my persona, my down-to-earth nature, and far from it. And far from it. And if I was misunderstood, because I certainly was, I want to say to the youth of Kenya, to the women of Kenya who got angry by my statement, that I don't withdraw because I use tampons, but I am sorry for angering you, and I am one of those fighters of the young generation. And I know they were very disappointed that I did not join in this what they were agitating for against the finance bill, but it is because I believe in the president, William Samoei Ruto. And it is up to me to convince you young people that our president has the best intentions for this country. It is not up to me to join you in your misinformation. It is up to me as an ambassador of this government to show you and to win you over and to tell you, be patient. The president is working. He has shown a lot of goodwill so far. He has appointed a task force to audit our public debt, which is one of the biggest reasons why we are here today, our public debt. The Finance Bill 2024 was tailored to remedy some of those things, especially the public debt, to balance that and development, Mr. Speaker. Another thing that my colleagues have also addressed is the issue of corruption. Mr. Speaker, the EACC is letting the country down big time. Because since its inception, we are yet to see heads rolling, Mr. Speaker.
The leaders like NYAMU are one of the leaders. When I listen from them, I feel like we just need to take them out of the government. Not because of a bad will, but because of how they misrepresent themselves. NYAMU, when you listen to her, you can really feel this is a high school student. She's a high school student, the way she's addressing things up. You see? And I think this is one of the mistakes that we make as the Kenyan citizens. We elect people in the government because of beauty, because they're beautiful, or because maybe we think when they're there, they're going to create opportunities for us. But when you look at the people like NYAMU, you realize these are the people who will go to the government just like Jawa did. Jawa entered the government and He thought that he's going to create music in the parliament and was told, you know what, Jaguar, you shut up. These are the kind of people who are shut down in the parliament, in the Senate. When they are in the meetings, they cannot speak because what? They have nothing to speak. So one of the things, NYAMU, you should understand, number one, the importing of goods like sanitary towels. I want to tell you this, and if you are able to note it down, you better do. One, in Kenya, we have low amount of production ya sanitary towels. Sindio? Now, if tuseme for example, umesema kwamba China wana import the low count kind of sanitary towels. Now, and that is why we sell these pads in our shops. We sell at 60 or at 55 so that it is affordable for the people, you know. Now, the pads which are manufactured in Kenya, they are very expensive that Kenyans cannot afford. So let's say, for example, today, according to the economy right now, the Chinese are no longer importing the sanitary towels to Kenya. Or maybe if you increase the tax rate on their import, now when goods get to Kenya, when those pads get to Kenya, definitely their value is going to go higher. Which means if it is 50, it is going to be 65 or 70. So are you making the lives of the girls easier or harder? Just to break it down for you. Okay, now, if that is not the problem, let's say China say, okay, now because you have risen the tax for us, we beg to quit. Now the Chinese are gone. Their companies, they are gone. No more importation. No more manufacturing of low count pads for Kenyans. Now, do we have as many companies as we can which can produce enough pads for the Kenyans? NYAMU, I'm talking to you. Do we have more companies in Kenya that can manufacture enough pads for the Kenyans? You realize no. So what do you expect? We'll go back to using towels. Girls are going to use towels. And they're going to complain. And when they complain, you will tell us, you know, let us fix the issue. Let us allow the importation of the pads from China. Just the same case as you are doing right now. You are running up and down. You are actually missing the point and misunderstanding how the government is working. And that is why right now as we speak, so many people, the senators and the governors and the MPs, are out criticizing the actions of the government which has been there, not which has come right now, but which has been there. Corruption has been there. Creating offices which are unconstitutional, they are there. Yeah. All the impunities and opulences, Madarao pride in the government leaders has been there. Does it mean that this is the only time that you have seen these problems? No. So it means you are representing, you are misrepresenting the citizens. At the same time, you are misrepresenting yourself in the seat that you are right now. So I think this kind of leadership, we need to look at them very seriously, and if possible, we take them home. Another final thing I want to address, the NYAMU, in the issue of employment. And I've been addressing this issue for a long time. I think this time round you are going to understand what I'm talking about. The employment system is wrong, as well as the education system is wrong. Employment system says you have to retire at your 60s. And you start working at your 30s or at your 25 age. You are supposed to work for how many years if you start working at 25? So you will need around, is it 35 years? 35 years of work. Yeah? To get to 35 or I think 35, yeah. 35 years. So can you imagine this person has been in the office for 35 years. 35 years. How many people, how many students who graduates every single day? You see, that is where the problem is, the employment system. You are not talking about what is happening in the ground and the problem that we need to solve. But you are all along praising president for like is creating a job somewhere else, not in our country. You see, such kind of leaders who don't understand that education system is wrong, because education is the one that teaches students that after school you need to work, you must work, not create employment, but you have to work for somebody. You see, so every other student graduating from universities, they are thinking somebody else is creating jobs for us. Right from primary school to high school, to college, to universities, the education which is passed on is that when you get this kind of credentials, you are going to get employment, you are going to get opportunities, you are going to be successful. You are creating a certain fantasy in the student's mind. So once they finish from school, they definitely know I'm going to be successful. So when they don't meet what they expected while they were in school, they feel disparate, they feel left out, they feel as if they are failed in life already. You see, so what if we change this system? What if we change employment system? What if we change the kind of empowerment? What if we change certain beliefs in the country? Don't you think that we're going to save a lot? Don't you think that somebody else is going to come and use the same statements? This is a political statement, my comrades, my friends, my followers. This is a political statement. Somebody talking about employment roads, that is a political statement. You see, as a country, just like US, we need to have an objective that everybody is aware. Every other person, as long as you are a Kenyan citizen and you have attained 18 years and above, you need to know what are we supposed to achieve as a nation. Don't talk about roads, farming, exploitation of labor, companies, nini. We just need to stop those nonsense. Be aware about what is going on. We need to participate in growing these. We need to, you see. So such kind of enlightenment should meet the expectation of the country. But what if the president has no plans? What if the president and other leaders in the government have no intention of achieving the goals of a nation? And of course, if somebody asks a question, what are we supposed to achieve as a nation? Since after kukoloniziwa na kuachwa, how far have we come? And what mistakes have we made? And how are we going to stream forward to create jobs in our country, to create development in our country, and to achieve the dreams and objectives for this nation to support itself? What are we looking forward to do? People like NYAMU in the government, and you think you're going to make it? I don't think so. We need to change this kind of system and this kind of leaders for this country to move forward.